What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the street market. This is for username at Gwencock 1479. I believe that's the username, and I'm sorry if I butchered it. To answer your question, he asked. Let me look real quick. The question was, which drawer box is better to buy, Milwaukee or DeWalt? So for me personally, I decided that I'm going to continue buying the tub system. My application is a 5x8 trailer, an enclosed trailer, so it's already small. So if you actually, and this is a perfect example right here, if you look, you see the difference. So in a 5x8 trailer, any space that you can save is much better. Now I'm going to explain to you the differences now. If you look down, I got a wall plate for the Milwaukee Packout system, and that plate is fairly decent. I would say 2. If you stack up 2, it's it'll hold. I don't have it right here. Actually, you know what? Let me take you over there. I once built my tower way up, and I put it on the coffin. Let me see. Let me show you. Right here. So I had put it on the coffin, and when I pulled this out and tried moving it, the weight of the tower broke off my tabs, as you can see right there. So it still locks at certain, it still locks over there, but it's not very good. So and honestly, I've never really used this coffin. I tried using it. It's just too bulky, it's too large. It's a bigger issue for me to do that than it's worth, at least for my job applications. Now if you're doing like I'm a handyman, so my jobs are smaller, and so I would say if your jobs are bigger and you need bigger tools, then that coffin is you're probably using that coffin, or you can probably better utilize it than a traditional handyman. So I guess the first thing you have to figure out is, what is your application? So you got to take into account, what are you hauling? Is it going to be in the back of your truck? Is it going to be a trailer? So that's going to dictate pretty much what your options are. If you have the space, I would say the Packout system is probably your best bet, because of these wall plates. And if you look, these wall plates, they have several openings. Let me see if I can show you one. You can kind of see this one. They have several openings, and then the back of each Packout system, let me see if I can find one. We'll just bust this one out. You have these I forget what they call them. I think they call them cleats. So you see how many of them they have? So one of them, this twice the size, is going to have twice as many, and these are just they're like Legos. They fit very well. I haven't bought a plate for the Toughman system, and actually I don't intend to, because really the only thing that's holding these together is these side clips over here. And I've read from other guys claiming that they hold as well, but just by the design, you got 2 clips, 2 connection points, as opposed to an evenly balanced set of connection points. So that right there, that alone, if you don't want to waste too much time trying to figure out a way to anchor them or strapping them down, I would say the Packout system is probably your best bet. But again, depends on what you're using it. If you have, like me, I have a 5x8, and that's why I went with the Packout system. But because of the size, it's small, I've run into issues where I can't utilize this system as well as I'd like to. Like, for example, right here, and I explained this in another video, like, just to gain access to my drawers, look at this crap. This thing pisses me off already. And I can barely open it, I can barely get in there and then try to close it. I'm over here breaking my elbow, as opposed to over here where I'm in the field, I'm in a rush, I got pressure coming from all angles from the client. They want me out, they want me done. Look at this. This is a lot easier to deal with, and then it closes. So for this reason alone, and my 5x8 trailer, I am going with the Toughman system. And then I'll just deal with the anchoring issues. So I haven't decided how I'm gonna deal with it, like what I'm gonna do with it, but you know, I can probably use this over here, you know, as some kind of anchoring system. Maybe put a loop here with like a, I don't know, cape. I don't know. I haven't decided, so I'm kind of just talking out of my ass here. Pardon my French. So I'm trying my best to answer your question, but I got to point out, you know, all these different little factors. Also the price. So depending on where you get it from, like I'm lucky. I live right down the road from a dealer who, for whatever reason, they had a shitload of these Toughman systems for I think $69 before taxes. And so I bought them. I bought them all. I think at Home Depot they're about $100. I think it's like $99. Whereas the Packout system, you're gonna be spending at least $150. This is pre-tax, $160. You know, so pretty up there. I mean, really, to save money, you might want to just get their you know, their typical promotion where spend like, I think it's like $400, you get like $150 off or something like that. So a lot of times you can just pick up 2 sets and like maybe like a, you know, a little small compartment just to get to that price, so you can get the discount, and then you might get them for a little bit cheaper than that price. But it just depends. I mean, right now none of these are strapped. So look at this. Look at this movement. I mean, don't worry about the movement here. I'm just saying, look at the movement here. They sway back and forth. Now, look at the movement here. I mean, there's hardly any movement because, like I said, those connection points are evenly spaced out. And I mean, you need some pretty considerable amount of weight in order for you to rip it out those cleats. So yeah, that's the information that I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's more things, but it just depends. I mean, I will say yesterday was a perfect example of that I was really happy that I have these. Yesterday I had to make room on the left side of the trailer for 3 pieces of furniture that I was transporting, and it was a lot easier to remove these guys and put them in the back of my truck than it was for those guys. So, you know, so if you ever have to move them, you know, temporarily just to make space, I think you'll save the most time and space with these guys. You know, and at the price that these are at, I think it's worth it, you know, to as opposed, you know, let me see, what I'm trying to say is the volume, for example. Obviously the volume per box, you get more space because there's more volume in the Packouts than here, but you're paying for that volume, right? But me personally, I don't mind losing a little bit of volume just so I can save space. And at the same time, the amount of money that I'm going to save from, you know, buying these, I can actually buy more. So, you know, it's a relative concept. You know, if you fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9 Packouts here, you know, look at the space. I don't know, I haven't done it yet, but you know, it looks like we're doing 3. So instead of doing 3 times 3, you might be able to squeeze in one last tower. Maybe you might be able to get 12 all the way across. I mean, I don't know. It just I haven't done it yet, but I just feel like that's what this system allows you to do as far as saving the space. I mean, you can kind of see what you're saving there. Boom, and right there. And in this situation, I'll take it. You know, I'll take this space plus, you know, this space, that adds up. You know, that's almost a foot. Not quite a foot, but you know, it's considerable for what I have here. So anyway, I hope I was able to answer your question. I don't know what you're doing with it, but I hope that it was able to assist you in any way, and you know, hopefully whatever decision you decide, hopefully it works out for you. All right, man, thanks a lot. Take it easy.